All right. Hello, and welcome to this 95 exit no cape speedrun tutorial. This is an advanced level tutorial. It's for advanced players. And so what we're doing in those videos, in those recent videos, is to go through every split. And this is a special world time. So how do you access special world? In the previous video, we talked about Star Wars. And we explain like how Star Wars works and which exit we do, which exit we don't do. And after you beat Star Wars for key exit, secret exit, you just get to Star Wars to Special World. Special World is, as I said in previous videos, if you go for everything, the hardest split in this game, in this category. If you go for every single strat, there is no easy level. You don't have any easy levels, they are hard. And getting out of special is actually an achievement on its own without losing like a minute. This is how hard it is. So the structure of special world is very simple. I'm in the practice room right now, so we have like extra path, but the structure, I'm pretty sure people who watch this tutorial are actually familiar with the game. So it's just 8 levels and you have to do them in order. Some of them will give you save files, but I don't save points, but I don't really remember which ones. There's so much I actually pay attention in the overall. I just mash. But we have Gnarly, which is SP1, Tubular, which is SP2, Way Cool, which is SP3, Awesome SP4, Groovy SP5, Mondo SP6, Outrage is SP7, and Funky SP8. So SP1 to 8 is 1 to 3, 1 to 8 is actually our, I think the JP runners call those levels. Usually the other people call those levels by their English names. For me it depends. Sometimes I'll call SP2 Tubular SP2. I guess it depends on the mood. So alright, let's go. We have to do it. This is actually gonna be rough to explain and perform all of those tricks, but we start with Gnarly. So Gnarly is probably one of the most painful level. But it's also the most forgiving, I think, in this category, in this split. So why is it forgiving? Is because the trick we're gonna perform here is actually in a relatively safe environment. So you have all the time in the world to actually perform this trick, but of course this is an advanced player tutorial, so we expect players to go fast. I'm not gonna. Maybe I'm gonna cover later what you do if you collect the coin and you want to continue the run. But if you're grinding a good time and you collect the coin on accident, you can just like reset. So let's explain the glitch. So I'm pretty sure people who watch this tutorial are familiar with this glitch, but I'm still gonna explain it. In this game, we can duplicate blocks by throwing an item. So it doesn't work with all items, but here we have a shell and we're lucky it works. And we can duplicate blocks. If you do vertical jump like I just did, it's a frame perfect trick. It's actually hard to explain how I perform this trick. What I do is when I'm big, which I'm gonna be in this, I usually duck, press jump, press up, and then quickly release Y. And you just have to get the feel for that to try to perform this. Cape gamers have a pretty good way to do it. It's like they can float with the cape and then perform the trick, which is I think a 2-frame window if you do it with the cape, but you can also do something like that, no cape. But I feel like it's more uncomfortable since when you are with cape you can slowly float down. So yeah, you gotta get used to dupe the blocks. To practice that, you can just dupe everything. You find a turn block somewhere and you have an item, a shell, a P-switch, a Goomba, a Galumba, you can just dupe. Just practice your dupes. And this is the first step to perform this trick. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna dupe blocks over the bottom half of this dragon coin, And what the game does, I'm not gonna go into details, but what the game does is if you dupe a block, I missed it. Okay, I got it. Over the half of the dragon coin, on the bottom half of the dragon coin, and you collect the block, and you collect the dragon coin, there is a block that's gonna spawn instead. Oh, I have to despawn it. I have to go down and hop again. It's probably gonna spawn. There we go. So you see, first it was not a block, it was a dragon coin, and then I collect the dragon coin after I jump over the dragon coin and I get a block. Luckily, in this block, we're gonna find it's either Yoshi wings, key block, shell, or P balloon, I think. So depending on the X position. And in this level, we're very lucky. The block we obtain is immediately a Yoshi wing block. So what's a Yoshi wing block, if you're familiar with the game of course, is when you have Yoshi and you grab the wings, you're teleported to this area, or one of these areas, that I'm gonna call Yoshi even. And if you go out of bounds, you can end the level. Gives you the normal exit, I believe. So this is what we're gonna do in this level. So in Gnarly, this trick is called Gnarly Wings. And we're gonna try to dupe the block, to do those two dupes as fast as possible and grab the wings as fast as possible. There you go, so that's one. Got the dupe, grab, up. Grab the coin and then grab the wings. So this is what it looks like to perform it. So, and this is all like practice, you just have to get used to dupe fast. So you have to learn how to dupe fast. And this is pretty hard, it's a frame perfect trick, I believe. And then, so when you are in this position, getting into this specific position, this is you and your practice. You gotta get used to get those two dupes pretty fast. Okay? If you get those two dupes, you can wait until the top. So get the dupe. So we got the first dupe. What are you gonna do when you get the second dupe? Tack. You want to like quickly make Blue Yoshi eat this shell. And what I usually do is, if I'm fast enough, I do 4 down presses. 1, 2, 3, 4. And usually those 4 down presses is gonna give me, it's gonna be the exact timing that the turn block over the Yoshi coin is gonna stop spinning. Yeah, I forgot to mention that if the block over the Yoshi coin is still spinning and you connect the coin, what you get is a turn block, not a wing block. So be careful, you want to collect the coin when this block is not turning, it's not moving. So after second dupe, tack, feed Yoshi, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you go. There you go. So again, after the first dupe, so the first dupe can be more or less tricky for you. Up, you get it. Turn back, feed Yoshi. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hop, yeah, hop. Okay. So now I'm gonna do the end part slower because it's actually very difficult. Okay, we got the dupe. So you find your way to adjust the timing and everything. Now we are in the situation that we have to go and collect the wings fast. So what I like to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then press 1, 2, 3, 4, and then press. Wait. There you go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then press Y and B at the same time. So tack, 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 tack. I'm doing it wrong. Oh yeah, it's because I'm an idiot. I'm actually not counting the presses. So what I do is actually spam until I reach this level. I just realized that I was not actually counting the presses, but whatever. I spam until I reach more or less this level, and then I press Y and B at the same time to trigger the wing block with the shell. And then I do a left press to fall on the wing block. So Yoshi's gonna collect the block immediately and fly to the even. That's why you want to press left. If you don't press left when you perform that and collect the wings like that, there is a red Koopa on top, like you probably didn't see. This guy here, you can take damage while you collect the wings. So that's why when I do that, I just do a small left tap, like a left press here to be on the block and not be on the right side of the block. Or else I'm gonna lose Yoshi. If you lose Yoshi, it's a disaster. Oh, you get the normal exit, but at what cost? So... Tac, tac. Tac, get the wings, and you win. Alright? If you're not comfortable with this technique, which is fine, there's another way to do it. Oops, I'm gonna try to put myself in a good position. How do you... oh yeah, what I was doing before is something like this. No, it doesn't work. That was without shell, so it's something like this. Tack, and then go. Okay? It's very slow though. But it works every time. If you do it well. Tack, 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 tack. So this is slower, but you have to learn the shell split, which I can understand can be a problem. You can also collect like that, and then... So you can also do that, tack. And that works too, but... I think at this point you kind of want to learn the shell split though. It's not very difficult. It can be trolly sometimes, but it's all muscle memory. Reach that height, tack, split, and then get the wings. But just know that there is alternate way to actually collect the wings if you're really not comfortable. So I just show like a couple if you don't like the fast strat. So there we go. So we talk about how to do the wings, but I didn't talk about how I set it up. So what I do is you get there, you want to hit this guy because this is the guy we're gonna dupe with this guy. So tack. Careful, don't press tongue too early, don't press tongue too late. Just find the right timing to do it. It's not too difficult. So now we have the guy in our mouth. What I do is, to fly up, is I just press B. Until I reach that point here. When I reach that point, I press left. And then I'm here. So when I'm here, I press left. Split the shell down, press A. And then I'm in position to dupe. So you have to just practice. Tag this point, press left. Tack, tack, hop, hop, position to dupe. Tack, tack, position to dupe, start duping. Tack, 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 tack. There you go, I'm glad the tutorial got that. Alright. Okay, tack. Position to dupe. Split the shell, position to dupe. So now we are in position to dupe, we start duping and we perform the trick. There's one last thing I didn't cover. I'm gonna reboot myself in tack, position, up, position to dupe. There is a way to accelerate the process of the turn block, like stopping. And for that you need to dupe this first block here 4 times. It's called a quad dupe. And it's pretty hard to do. I just did it like in front of you and it was happening so fast. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You throw the shell onto the bottom block and I will stop the block just above here. So 4, up toss the shell, the block will stop, dupe, tack, position, 1, 2, 3, 4, you go. And up, you collect the coin. If you're very fast, and you can get a 76, maybe a 77 if your setup is faster than mine. I just like the speed the shell down, press A to get out of Yoshi, and put yourself in dupe position. So this was this is what I like for this level. But quad dupe doesn't save that much time though, by the way. It saves way more time in Cape, with Cape. Wait, no. Does it save even that much time? I don't remember the timing properly, but anyway. Usually when I get quad dupe 76, I already got 74 no quad dupe, I think. So the difference is not that big. So if you think quad dupe is put too much pressure on you, you don't have to do it. I like trying it because I'm bored at this point. I've played this category too much, so I want to make things. Oh, sorry, it's a bit hot here, so I have to remove that. I want to make things a bit spicy for me, I guess. It's a nice time save when you get it. You get excited. You get quad dupe and then you miss tubular just after, so you can just like cry. You're happy for 5 seconds and then you get disappointed in the next level. Okay. So there we go. I think I said everything I have to say about Gnarly. It's a bit all over the place, but hopefully you can find what you like in what I said. If by like really, if you are in a situation where like you really hate Gnarly wings, you cannot stand the dupes, you cannot stand the turn blocks, or you collect the coin, which can happen when you dupe. We all make mistakes, and you have to continue the run at all costs. And you are in this situation where you still have the shell. Well, you can perform the glitchless version of Gnarly and just trigger this P-switch here. Speed the shell. Get to the pipe. So here is a room that only Lunar Dragon player knows about, or glitchless players. And then I'm gonna show you a way to do it kinda fast. Trigger to P-switch. Oh. Well, looks like I haven't practiced Lunar Dragon no cape in quite a while. There you go. Rebuild P-speed, get there, pop this guy, get to the goal, win. That's normal exit. It lose a significant amount of time compared to doing the wings. And that's all. So practice your SP1s. This is one of the most tedious level to practice. I hate it. But this is a common level where I lose 5 to 10 seconds. It's really easy to lose time in this stupid level. So practice your SP1. This is the first level and already you see it's already bullshit. But yeah. And so once you're done with SP1, everything is well, you collected the wings, you're happy. I got quad dupe, I got 76, then special is just like, it doesn't even start yet. I haven't even started yet. It didn't even start yet. So now we move forward, we move on to SP2, which is Tubular. Tubular is pretty infamous level. For the main reason it's like the required P-balloon level pretty much. Pretty sure every kids hated this level. I've never met anybody that told me that this level was cool, casually. And but the good news is, gamers, is we are speedrunners, we're gonna cheat. There's no way we're doing... Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. Yes, I'm alive. There's no way we're doing P-balloon. So... let's go back. So... There's something interesting with P-balloon is... like I explained in Gnarly... when you jump over a Dragon Coin, you get either P-balloon, key, wing block, and everything, and shell block. So, if you, depending on exposition, and then after that, you dupe to get the item you want. In this level, we have a P-balloon. If we dupe a P-balloon to the left, we get wings. So, this is what we're gonna do. And before talking about the dupe, I'm gonna start talking about how I set it up. It's pretty quick. So. Jump over this chuck, stick out the tongue in this guy, jump over here, tack, 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 and you're in position. Okay? So, jump, tongue, tack, over this guy, tack, tack, you're in position, yep, we're in position. So you have to get used to just putting yourself in position to perform the trick. I just released the button, that's why I triggered the P-switch, but like Gnarly, you have to practice the intro of the level. Tack, get in position, position to dupe. Perform the little actions, position to dupe. And we're doing the same thing in Tubular. So, tack, tack, tac, 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 position to dupe. Hop. So I'm claw gripping here. So what I like to do is just small jump, press A, grab the P-switch and switch back to a standard grip. Like I explained in the Ghost House video, press A. Usually with the momentum I will go down, and while I go down I'm gonna switch to standard grip. So you gotta get used to like change from claw on X to standard on Y. If you want to dupe with like claw, up to you. Of course the grip and the controller grip is on the players. It's what is really comfortable. I'm gonna make this guy shut up. It's up to the players. What I like to do is just going from claw, press A and up, switch back to while I have the P switch to Y, while I have the P switch in my hand, just to put myself in dupe position. Alright? Putting yourself in dupe position in this level is actually trickier than it looks, so you gotta practice. Miss my B press. Good job, me. Tac, tac, hop. Hop, I'm in dupe position. Alright? So I really rub the pipe. You need to rub the pipe. If you're like 3 pixels to the right, it won't work. You need to rub that pipe. So the dupe position here is on the spring with the P switch in your hand against the pipe. Okay? One last time. Tac, 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 hop, against that pipe. Tac. So here you see I messed up a bit, and that's great. I was like around here. I immediately saw that I was wrong. So you have to just press left to get inside, to get against the pipe, alright? So what you want to do is this. So you want to get the right height on the spring and stick this P-switch next to the block. On the left side of the block. If you're lucky, immediately you get wings. You get a dupe, and then you can perform and get the wings. If the P-switch is stuck like that, you can scroll the screen to actually get the wings to appear. But you need to get lucky. It's 50-50 for the P-switch block to go right or left. Luckily, we have a manipulation that helps us to make sure that once the P-switch goes in one direction, it will keep going into that direction. So I'm gonna try to stick the P-switch again. Okay, I triggered the dupe, so that's an example of like getting what we call wing factory immediately, and the P-switch didn't get stuck, and you collect the wings. Okay, so I'm gonna try to make sure that. Let's see if I can like get the P-switch stuck without triggering the factory. There we go. Okay. So that's the two situations. You either trigger the factory or the P-switch is stuck here, or you really like you messed up and you trigger the P-balloon block, but we're gonna talk about that later. So when you're in this situation, you scroll. If you're lucky, that happens. Okay. So here, I'm gonna try to make the P-switch go left every time. So he's going right, I'm stopping the scroll. He's going right. Okay, he's going left. So what I do is you want to buffer the next scroll, and you see that if I buffer the next scroll, the P-switch goes on the same direction. So if the P-switch was going left, then you keep going left if you buffer the last scroll. Buffering means that while you press right, so it means that you press during the scroll. During the scroll is happening, you press the opposite direction, the opposite scroll button. And you see that the P-switch always moves in the same direction every time. Alright? So this is an example of, yeah, the P-switch go left, and I buffer all my scrolls, and the P-switch always goes left. But for us, we need to go right. Okay? So I didn't go right because it was easier to explain the scroll with the P-switch going left. Because if it goes right immediately, I'll get the wings, and then you cannot explain anything. But what you want is to perform that manipulation while it's going right. Okay? The first time it's luck based. You need it to go right. Sometimes it's gonna go left 5 times, but that's unlucky. But in general, that's really lucky. Okay, one left, it's bad. Okay, one left. Okay, one right. So like here you buffer your scroll. Tack, 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 tack. You get the wings. You're out of there. Every scroll costs, like, I don't remember exactly how every scroll costs, but you can lose a lot of time playing with the scrolls. I really hate having the P-switch getting stuck, personally. That kill runs, huh? But you take what you can with those levels. Alright, so we cover like all the situations when you perform the trick properly. So now we have to talk about it. Alright, I'm gonna put myself in dupe position again. Okay, I'm in dupe position. So now, now that you know what to do once the P-switch is stuck here, then we have to learn how to get the P-switch up there. So what I do is, I look at the spring and I wait until the spring is like, I'm gonna try to, until the spring is around there. This is where I press up, I press B. If you press too early, you'll get teleport. If you press too early, this is what happens. If you press too late, you don't reach. So the right height is around, so that's you don't reach here, because that's too late. And that's good, okay? And this is something you have to get used to. There you go. If you miss the first time and you're too low, it's not a big deal, you can retry. But if you trigger the people in block, you're done. The trick cannot be performed. There is a backup we're gonna cover just in a second. But that's what you do. So up, get your visual cue, get the P-switch, mount Yoshi again, perform the trick, or if the P-switch gets stuck, like we explained earlier, if it gets stuck again, but if you get stuck again, you get back on Yoshi, perform the scroll thing that I explained earlier. Okay, so this is all practice here. Get your visual cue, get the P-switch, scroll, get the wings. If you hit the block like that, so first of all you cry because you just lost 20 seconds, but but let's say you want to continue. Oh, you're in a race. There is a backup, which is like the glitchless, the glitchless non-tubular way to do it, a non-P-balloon way to do it. So you're in this situation, attack. So what you want is get momentum, dismount Yoshi, get on this block, bop this truck, jump off this block, and then not like that. You want to jump off it. So tack, tack, dismount Yoshi. You have to jump really on the edge of the brown block. Tack, tack, jump, hit this guy, fly. So something that can happen is if you run off this block here for some reason, you can get stuck at the bottom of the screen and die. And this is a really weird thing that happens. So just jump on this block, please, so it doesn't happen. And then you fly. Be careful of the chucks here, they can shoot you. And then just end the level. And then cry at the time loss. So this is the backup if you miss the wings and you still want to continue the run. If you die, because that can happen, you can either go back for a Blue Yoshi in Star Wars 2 or just P-balloon the level. But in any way, dying to Tubular is sad. It's a very sad death. Okay, I'm gonna perform Tubular again, so you guys can see how I do it again. But like, this is all practice. Just perform your setup, type dupe position, put the P-switch there, get the dupe, get the wings, and you're out of there. Okay? So, remember, perform the intro of the level, put yourself in dupe position, look at the spring when you perform, look for your visual cue when you perform that, when you want to like perform the dupe. And be careful when you go back up on the platform. And then either perform the scrolling thingy to manipulate the P-switch, or just like win, collect the wings. So when you go back here, after getting that, careful that it's very laggy when you get the wings immediately. And if you're really not confident, you can get an extra bounce off the spring and then just get up there. Personally, I don't really like that. I'm very aggressive in tubular, so I just go immediately. But it's my muscle memory, so you guys need to practice that. And you can get good at this level. It's frustrating to miss, but you can get good. So just careful when you go back up. It's easy to like... it's easy to hit the block on your way up. And it can get messy. A bit. So back. Back. So if you are in this situation and you hit the block, then it's over. You're in the backup situation again. So despawn the P-balloon first, because it's in the way, and then perform the glitches back up. Okay? If you get the wing factory and you hit the block, you can actually still win with the wings. You just have to move your ass. There you go. So let's say I trigger the wings. You have to move your ass here and try to grab the wings. So here I was too slow. But it's possible to grab. It's really annoying when that happens. So it's possible to save. It's also possible that you die. You'll die trying that. But there we go. So I think I covered everything I want to cover for this level. Just gonna perform the wings one more time. Okay, I got two fake dupes here. Two like low bounce, so I had to adjust. Do not panic when you get low bounce. It's easy to be greedy in this level. Be like, oh no, I'm losing time, I'm getting low bounces. Stay focused. Look at the spring. Perform the dupe. It's always better to get the dupe than having to do the glitches back up or dying. Alright, unless really you get unlucky with like the scrolls or stuff. But... there we go, you're done. So get out of there, get the dupe. I think the good time to get is 88. If you get 88, I think if I get 88, I'm happy. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, it's 87, yeah? Yeah, okay. But I got one extra bounce, so you can probably get 88. But there we go. A lot of practice have to go in this level. You have to practice this level a lot. SP1, SP2, it's pretty much all special levels. It's gonna be like practice a lot. Like it's already half an hour and we only covered like 2 levels. Huh? So this is how difficult this stuff is. Okay, so now we can move on. Oof, we got the wings. Got 76 SP1 into 88 Instadupe SP2. And we go to SP3. What kind of trick in SP3? None, actually. In this, SP3 has natural wings. It's intended to get wings in this level. No dupe, no nothing. It's just a very tricky platforming level though. So there we go. So here's what it looks like to do SP3. Woo! It's a really fun level actually. Hop, hop, and hop. So here, you just have to learn how to do it. So I'm gonna explain it now. So let's break it down. This level starts with a loop, which sounds weird, but if you try to go right away, then what the hell are you gonna do? There is a way to actually reach the... You want to reach the top fuzzy. There is a way to reach the top fuzzy without doing the loop, but it's really trash. There you go, you can do it. Do not do the strat. You can get very unlucky and then go through the fuzzy. So I'm gonna get that out of the way, do not do it. It's the fastest way to perform this level, but at the same time, it's kind of stupid. So what we do is, we delay. This loop helps us to keep P-speed here. So we can reach that actual top fuzzy. Ooh, I messed up. There you go. So you have to practice this loop to keep P-speed off. It's actually very important. It's easy to lose P-speed here. Like that. And my tips for this is you have to roll your thumb from left to right instead of releasing left and repressing right. If you release left and repress Y, then you lose P-speed. But if you roll your thumb, like right, left, left, right, oops, I messed up. Roll your thumb, left, right, I messed up again. Because I'm too focused on the roll. There you go, again P-speed again. So this is how I do it. Up, roll your thumb, and you go. Again, tack, roll your thumb, and then we go. And then you have P-speed. When you reach the first fuzzy, the rest is just muscle memory and you learning the level. So tack, 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 tack. There's just something different you can do for this end part is you have two kind of ways to do it. You have a safe way and an aggressive way to do it. I'm gonna try to put the safe state down. So I can focus on that part. There you go. So this is the aggressive way to do it. And this is the safe way. So the big left turn back here gives you time to actually reach that on off and really see what you're doing. Here it's really fast. It's way more aggressive and it's hard to adjust. This jump from this saw to this on off is actually pretty difficult when you do it like that. And it's becoming pretty easy when you take your time here, like that. Okay, so it's up to you. Sometimes I go for the aggressive way, sometimes I go for the easy way. Depends on my mood, depends on the pace. For example, if I'm on a bad day and I just don't get runs and I just want to get through SP3, I just go for the easy way. Lose a bit of time, but it's okay in this category. And if I'm really in the mood to like go all out, then I do that. Okay. So tack, 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 and we get there. So once you reach this point here, you have to collect the wings. So if you collect the wings while having P-speed, the screen is gonna scroll up and it's gonna take a bit more time to reach Yoshi even. So I'm gonna try to perform this. There you go, that. You don't want that to happen, it loses time. So what I do is, I just like duck up and trigger the wing block. So duck, trigger the wing block, grab the wings. It never happens when you do that. So, hop. Oh, I messed up. It's great. I love live tutorial. There we go. So one last time for the fans. SP2, SP3. Roll your thumb, keep your speed, do the right jumps. Tack, tack, tack. I'm gonna go for the easy end. Oh, I messed up. That's hard to actually play when you talk. Especially in this level, you need a lot of focus. Hop, hop, hop. There we go, we did it. Oof. Hop, hop. And we are in the wing even. And we go. Oh yeah, I forgot to cover the wing evens. Oh, maybe I should do that actually. Quickly. Because the first we encounter in Gnarly, but I completely forgot to talk about this. It's actually the third time we encounter it in this tutorial. There's a tiny tip you can tell in wing events. When Yoshi has wings like that in the events, and you stick out your tongue, Yoshi will lose the wings while he has his tongue out, which means that he will drop faster. So what we do is, we stick out our tongue here to get faster off screen. You save a really tiny bit of time. So ideally when you are in events, you want to do that. Very easy. I'm probably even gonna say that in the beginner tutorial. Really easy stuff you can add. It makes you feel that you optimize the game, I guess. But it's not like the end of the world. For advanced player, it's important. For beginner players, I don't think it's the end of the world if they forget about it. It's free time save for us, basically. So let's take it. Common mistakes in Way Cool. Oops. Common mistakes in Way Cool is like not getting P-speed at the beginning, but I explained that rolling your thumb solved this issue. Another common mistake is actually overshooting this jump here. So tack, 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 and that. So why start select, man? Come on, that was a good spot. Tack, tack. Okay, if you overshoot this jump here, it means that you jump like too late off the on-off. Like really like late. You jump too late and then you somehow somehow don't make it. Here, there we go. So it's really, honestly, it's hard to do, and it actually happened to me more than I want to admit. But this is one of the common mistakes. If you jump too late off the on-off, you will just overshoot this guy and die. So try to be careful when you do it. Like up early on the on-off, and then you'll make it. There you go. Perform this, and then you undrop. Okay. I hope this is clear. Way Cool is not... It's a hard level, because it's platforming, there is no tricks in it. It's just like full platforming. It's just small tips, tiny tips, like rolling your thumb off the D-pad, not jumping too late off on-offs, know when you want to be aggressive or not. It's small tips that makes this level easier. But it is a very difficult level. Alright, there's less to cover on this. Danny knows all levels for sure. So again, practice every day, Way Cool. You don't want to die in Way Cool after getting good SP1 and SP2, so you want to be a master of Way Cool and never die there. Or die really like one time out of 100. Alright. SP4. SP4, you have two ways of doing it. So SP4 and SP5 are actually a pack in this category. You either do them the easy way, or you either do them the hard way, but it's both of them at the same time. So I think I'm gonna cover the easy way for both first. The easy way means that you don't go for a trick called a groovy boss kill that we will cover later. I believe this trick would save like 28, 12, I think it saves 10 seconds. If you do it well. To set up this hard trick, you have to lose time in Awesome and grab the flowers in Awesome. But we're gonna start with the easy way. So the easy way, SP4, hit this disco shell, jump on this platform, and then you can go. So disco shell, platform, tack, one press, 1, 2, 3, and then you just fly. So that's the intro. Tack, tack, 1, 2, 3, and then you just fly. So I'm gonna do this level the easy way, so you guys can see. Tack, 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 and then you just fly. Hit this guy, tack, 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 and then you just fly to the end of the level. Don't fly off screen. There is like, you have stuff off screen that is like on top of the level that is actually blocking you. You see, I'm blocked here. So just fly here. That's the right spot, and then grab the door. Okay, that's the easy way out. This is just very easy level when you do it like that. It's basically a flyover. Here we're splitting the shell because Yoshi cannot like lead this disco shell to the end of the level. So we just hit this green shell to make sure that we have enough time to fly to the end of the level. This is the first level that introduced fish generator. Maybe it's the only level. And those are really annoying. And you understand why later, so. Okay, there you go, we go back. So what I like to do is hit, press, B press, B press. That's too late. Hit, B press, tack, 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 and then start flying. Get the raise. Speed the fire off screen here. Hit the shell, tack, 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 and then you just land under the yellow pipe and you just go. Okay? That's very easy, you just fly over it. And then you just end the level. Okay, that's the easy way to do Awesome. And you do Awesome this way, SP4 this way, if you don't want to perform the groovy boss kill. the R trick in Groovy. So if you do not want to perform Groovy boss kill, you do awesome this way. And then you get to Groovy, which is gonna be a similar flyover now. So you hit this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, tack, you speed it, and you hit the green guy and just go. Very easy level. So you just have to learn the trajectory. I don't think I have specific tips here. Besides like refreshing the shell around the roulette block to make sure that you have enough like time to fly to the end of the level. Don't fly off screen too much. You have like stuff blocking you too. So just like try to follow the trajectory I just showed here for the easy way. 1, 2, 3, 4, tack. Hit green shell, tack, and then you just go. Fly around here, speed the shell here, at the end of the platform hit it again, and now you have enough time to fly to the end of the level. Just learn the trajectory, try to not fly off screen too much. This is the place where you can do it, and then you have to drop after the piranha plant, because you have stuff off screen that can block you. Okay, so this was like the SP4, SP5, the SP4, SP5 duo, the pack. The easy way. You don't want to do Groovy boss kill, you don't want to do any boss kill, any art trick in SP5, you just go. It's 2 flyovers, and you can proceed to Mondo, which is much harder, but this is an advanced level tutorial though, so we're gonna cover the hard way. The objective also of this tutorial is to make sure that people can achieve the 1:25 or 1 hour and 25 minute time in this category. So I want to give as many tips as I can, and we're gonna cover like the art strats. And so there we go. To perform the boss kill trick in this level that I will show later, you need like 2 flowers, 1 in main, 1 in your inventory box. And as you can see, we're gonna enter Awesome with only a mushroom. Luckily, Awesome has 2 flowers. The first block is a progressive power-up that leads to a fire. So if you're big, that would be a fire. And you have the freestanding fire. So we're just gonna learn how we grab them. Fast enough. So let's go. Tack. Same opening. Hit the disco shell. Tack, tack, press. Tack, tack, tack. And now that's interesting. Now that's an interesting way. So intro, tack, tack. Tack, tack, tack. So it's tack, tack, spit. And there is our block. This is the fire. I want to grab it. I'm just gonna show the way I do it. It's not the fastest way, and there is faster way to do it, but I found this way very comfy, and hopefully it can help. So tack, 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 spit, hit the block, hit this disco shell, grab the flower. Okay. Tack, 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 spit off screen, hit this block, press Y and B to grab the disco shell, and hop, grab the flower. And then you can move on. So this is pretty easy to do, just you have to practice. And this is a very comfy first flower grab for this level. Hop, and hop. Tack, tack. So, wait. Tack, tack, up. There you go. Sometimes if you're really like, your execution is not good, you're gonna hit this block. And you're gonna lose speed, and it's very annoying to back up, so it's better to not hit the block. But it's pretty easy to avoid though, just be careful. So this is how you grab the first flower. How I grab the first flower. You can also grab it like that, like tack tack, and then go under and then grab it like that. I'm not a big fan of this one. You can also like do something like this. Let's see if I remember how to do it. There you go. And then you continue with P-Speed. It's kind of annoying to do. I hate this thread. But it's a thing that you can do. There you go. And then I have P-Speed and then you can continue. I don't find this one really good. It's faster though. It's probably the fastest way to do it, but I don't really like it. So this one is way more comfy, I think. like tack, tack, press Y and B to grab the disco shell, grab the flower and move on, okay? So when you get to this point, spin the shell above the Rex, here the first Rex, off screen, and then eat the green shell, as if it was like the normal strat. And then one press, two presses, so it's like tack, tack, tack. And then we are in a really hard situation here, is we want to grab the freestanding flower, the flower that is standing there. Unfortunately, when you get there, the fish generator will start. So you have to grab the flower and try to avoid the fishes, and this is a part that is actually RNG. You can get bad fishes and just die. You lose Blue Yoshi, you fall in a pit, you die. You lose Blue Yoshi, you stay alive, but losing Blue Yoshi means like pretty much that your run is dead. And you just have to pray. If you want to do it the fastest, you have to pray. So, but you can try to have movements that kind of limit the situations where you die. And I'm just gonna show you how I do it. So what I do it is spit, grab green shell, tack, tack. And what I do is I spit the first time, re-grab, spit the second time, and then grab the flower. Tack. So spit, grab, there we go, and collect the flower at the same time. You can see that my second spit actually kills the Rex that is in the way. So tack, 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 up. There you go, and then you grab your flower. So spit, re-grab, spit, re-grab. The second spit will kill the Rex, you can go. If you get a fish in your way, you're unlucky and your run is pretty much dead. And then I'm gonna try to, if I change the timer, maybe I can like have a bad fish. So let me see if I can like deal with a bad fish. Tack, 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 tack. Ah. Maybe if I reload the room, I'll have a bad fish. There's not much you can do with bad fish, by the way, so the best you can do is, when I spit the shell twice, is I hope to kill the fishes if they go in my way. But sometimes it just doesn't happen and then you lose. So yeah, just be aware that you can lose here if you get unlucky with the fishes. And the way I do it is I spit twice to try to kill. So when I re-grab the shell and jump here, if I get a fish in my way, I can the shell while I'm actually re-eating the shell, I can actually kill a fish. It can happen. And same thing for my second re-grab. You see, like the second spit here killed the fish. Sometimes when you re-eat the shell, you can also kill a fish. It depends. So overall, that's why I spit twice. I don't know if this is the most efficient way to deal with this part of the run, but I feel like it's good enough for me. And I've had decent results. Of course, sometimes I get bad RNG and I just die. And then after you did that, you have nothing to worry about. You just fly to the end of the level and you have your 2 flowers to perform the next trick. That is very difficult. Groovy boss kill. Alright. So if you get 58, I-58, you're, I'd say it's okay. You can get 59. I think maybe a pretty high 59 actually, but you need to go for a really tighter flower grab that I'm not a fan of. That I showed you earlier. Oh, there we go. So that's the play. If you're really scared of the fishes but still want boss kill time save, you're lucky there is a star block here. So you can trigger the star block, grab the star and just go. Don't forget to refresh the shell just in case, but I think it's good actually. I don't think you have to refresh the shell if you get the star immediately. So try to not hit the block when you grab the star. Do not like land on the block so you can regain speed immediately, and do not forget the flower, of course, like I just did. There you go, got it, and there we go. When you have a star, it's funny because you can actually kill everything. Up, up, up. Well, of course you lose a significant amount of time, but if you go for the star, you're pretty much guaranteed to grab the second flower. Personally, I go for the aggressive way. just pray that the fish is not in my way. I need the time save. But GBK time save is big enough that you can afford to take the star to make sure that the RNG is not a problem. And the star strat is actually would be a good race strat if you go for GBK. If you want to go GBK in a race. Well, the thing is GBK can soft lock, so well, sometimes you just you can actually kill the runner. But it's not very race friendly strat, but it's okay. So this is how you grab the 2 flowers. Besides being unlucky, I don't remember any like common mistakes here. So you have pretty funny things that can happen with the fishes. I remember one time I was actually doing my setup like normally, and then I got bopped by a fish, which made me miss the flower. That was very sad. So just like, yeah, get used to the movements. You can do some other movements, but it's up to the player. You see, I did different movements here. I actually got unlucky with the fishes. If somehow you're in a situation like this, where you actually survived, you have Yoshi still, and you have the fire, you can learn the movement that are no flight movements. So you do like that. There you go. And then you don't lose that much time and you can still save it, but it's very for like, this is for very advanced gamers here. Like knowing how to deal with this part no flight. And it's RNG on top of that, but yeah. So I saved a couple of runs knowing the oh, he bopped me here, you see? And I missed the flower. But yeah, knowing how to deal with this level no flight just in case you're in a bad spot. Got unlucky. But you still want to continue the run. I got unlucky here. Can be good, but yeah. Again, that's knowing this part no flight is for very advanced gamers, I want to say. Because it's not common that you encounter that. So you can be a top 95 runner and not know about this part no flight at all. And I think that covers everything for this level. Hopefully that was helpful. Because awesome is, you see how we went from like a simple flyover to just RNG garbage in like just like that. And this level, which end up being very straightforward with really like scripted movements, where you just like with precise B types you just fly over, it becomes something really more tricky with like a second fire grab that can be input heavy. So there's a lot to that's why I said there's no easy level if you go for advanced strat in this category. In this split, there is no easy level. The 8s are hard, and each for their own reason. Whew, it's 1 hour almost, and we only covered like 4 levels. Alright, this is the last trick of this split. Groovy boss kill. Same thing as usual, we're gonna learn the intro, so intro movement and then performing the trick. So intro movement, it's like hit this guy. So I'm in standard grip here, and I think it's important to say. I'm in standard grip here, so thumb on Y, press X, so I fat thumb my X button. And what I do is, at this berry, I'm gonna press the B button 4 times. So it's tack. 1, 2, 3, 4, speed the shot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, speed. And then you are in the trick area. The area where we're gonna perform the trick. So introduction is very easy. It's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, speed up. We are in the trick area. Okay? Gonna perform it one more time, and then I'm gonna put save state. So 1, 2, 3, 4, speed, trick area. So how do we perform the trick? You're probably like, I've seen 96 exit runner perform this trick. And what they do basically is they press select and Y and X at the same time, split their shell, and then perform the double tongue. Here, unfortunately, we cannot perform that thing. Like that, we have to take damage to perform a double tongue. You see, if I try to collect this power up, then there is no freeze frame or anything. But if I take damage, there I am in position where I can perform this trick. So, oh yeah, if you're not familiar with Groovy Boss Kill, I definitely like, would be nice if you read the wiki page related to Groovy Boss Kill. It's well explained. Sometimes I get lost in my explanations and I just forget to talk about the basics. But I also assume that people are advanced players and already looked for info. But sometimes I also get lost and then talk about beginner stuff, so... Well... hopefully it works. Hopefully it works out for everybody. So here's the setup. Look left. Scroll. Jump. Attack. Take damage. Throw the shell up. Perform double tongue. Hit cancel. I messed it up. So again, scroll left. It's hard to do it when you speak. Scroll left. Take damage. Up throw the shell. Double tongue. Hit cancel. Shoot a fireball to kill the yellow guy. Speed out the boss. Kill it. And win. Okay? And there is a lot to cover here. This takes a while to get good at, and this is a very hard trick. But you can do it. You can do it. So the first part of the setup is just look left. So hop. So you want to look left and scroll. So you gotta get used to that. Look left and scroll. Small tap left, scroll. You want to tap left the right amount though, not too much. Or else you're gonna have problem with the rest of the setup. And if you don't press enough, you're gonna have problem also with the rest of the setup. So this is the right amount of left tap you need. So after you turn left and press the left bumper, left L button to scroll, you want to like ditch Yoshi with A. Tack. And you want to cancel as much speed as possible without cancelling too much to take damage on the green Koopa while spawning the blue Koopa. So I'm gonna explain. Attack, attack. So here I took damage and you see that the blue Koopa is not spawned yet. Because to spawn the blue Koopa, I need to scroll the screen a bit. So that's why when I take damage, you want to have a tiny bit of momentum left. So Mario moves a bit to the right and then spawn the blue dude, which we actually need to perform the trick. So this is how you set up the trick. And this is a really tricky, really hard way to set it up. There is another way we're going to cover before I actually perform the glitch. But this is how I do it. Because I found this is the most... It's hard to cancel the speed properly, but you can get good at and consistent at. But this is what I'm most comfortable with. You try to kill me here. There you go. So, attack, scroll, ditch, take damage, and then spawn the blue dude. Okay? There you go. Attack, scroll, take damage, spawn the blue dude. So the next step of the trick is actually up tossing the shell. Oh yeah, before. I'm gonna cover another way to do this beginning. You can completely cancel your momentum, press right so you can scroll. But I just don't like that because sometimes like it happens that I spawn the yellow dude and everything is messed up, or the blue dude will be too close to the red dude, and then performing the glitch is annoying. So that's why I don't really like the full stop and then press right. But it's important to know that you can back it up. If you cancel too much speed doing that, and you think the blue dude will not spawn, you can do a small right press to make sure it's spawning. And you have to get used to everything like that. Oh, cancel too much, press right, tack, the guy is spawned, and you can perform the trick. So it's all about getting used to that. So the next step of the trick is actually bopping this guy and grabbing the green shell. You do not want to bop this guy to the right. If you jump off a Koopa, the Koopa Link, depending on your position, will go left or right. Sometimes you can even kill it while you bop him. Whatever. You just don't want him to go right. If he goes right, everything is messed up, you cannot perform the glitch. So if he goes right, just like eat a shell and then fly over the level like you would normally do. So up, up, up. Grab the... that can be hard because of the freeze frames. Grab the shell, up toss it. So you want to practice that. Attack, grab the shell, up toss it. And you want to up toss it straight up, so it's a straight up input. After you up toss it, you want to get back on Yoshi under the flower. So we're gonna do it again. Tack, tack, tack. Bob the green guy, up toss it, get on Yoshi. I messed that up. You don't want to grab that flower. Oh. With all the freeze frame and stuff, it's pretty hard to do all the movements. Up, I'm back on Yoshi. So before performing anything else, you want to do that. Tack, tack. Bob shell, up toss, go back on Yoshi. Practice that. One step at a time. Tack, tack, tack. Get on Yoshi. And then you get... The more you get used to this setup... I'm gonna trigger my fan. Sorry if it's making noise, but it's starting to be hot here. And I've been speaking for more than an hour. So... You want to pay attention. You get back on Yoshi. We're not gonna do anything more right now. You want to pay attention that the blue guy is actually spawning. So... shell up tossed. And blue guy here. This is the perfect position. This is what you want. So you need to practice putting yourself in that position. The next step is performing the double tongue glitch. So get used to the tack, 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 enough momentum, tack, up toss, get back on your shit. Okay? And that, before even thinking about doing more, you need to be used to do that. And it needs to be natural. So one step at a time. Okay? So the next step now is to perform what we call the double tongue glitch. So to explain what the double tongue glitch is, or you perform it rather than explaining what it is. Explaining what it is, you can read the wiki article. It's well written. We have like good specialists who write like really technical and good stuff. I'm just gonna explain how we're gonna perform it. So I'm gonna do it in the no cape situation, so it's actually good in the same situation. So this is the situation where we're gonna be in Groovy Blue skill. Flower falling, use small on blue Yoshi under. Okay. So you want to get used to perform the glitch. And how do you perform that glitch is you just press Y and B when the flower is like fairly close to Mario's head. Like this. So pressing Y and B at the same time is you need to press Y and B at the same time, so there is some kind of frame perfect stuff happening. If you have bad rubbers, unfortunately it can be annoying, but you have to press Y and B at the same time. And then you have a few frames window to actually perform this glitch. Like the flower needs to be close enough to Mario. You want to collect the flower and pressing Y and B at the same time. And all of this has a few frame window to work. I don't remember the exact window, but it's not frame perfect. The only thing frame perfect in this trick right now is to press Y and B at the same time. You want to press Y and B at the same frame. And you have to get used to do that. So, hop. Hop. I missed it. Got it. So it's pretty common to go too early. For example, like if you see Yoshi sticking this tongue out like that, you go too early. You can also go too late. And Yoshi will not stick out his tongue, I think. But there you go, you just have to get used to that. Okay? So practice. Put yourself in this position. Practice. Try to get it as much as possible. It's still very difficult actually. I miss double tongue sometimes. It happens. Okay? It's easier than it looks, but it's also easy to miss. So just like put hours of practice in for that trick too. It's very important. And also separately, like doing everything in Groovy setup, like I just like it can be like overwhelming. So that's why I'm explaining that you have to add one thing at a time. So scroll left, turn left, scroll left, ditch Yoshi with enough speed, spawn the blue guy, bob the green guy, up toss, get back on Yoshi, perform double tongue. So now we are at this position. So you practice your double tongue. We're gonna redo the early setup. Yeah, I have to restuff. I have to change my. Okay, I have to put my two flowers. I have to have my two flowers. So early setup is 1, 2, 3, 4, tack, and trick area, tack, up. That's too much speed. Tack. That's not enough, so I need to spawn the guy, up toss, get on Yoshi. I missed it. It's pretty hard even for me. Like, perform double tongue. Hop. So that's one more step to the trick. Perform double tongue. Tag, up toss, get back on Yoshi, perform double tongue. When you perform double tongue, you want to first hit the green shell. That's why we up toss it. Okay. So perform double tongue, hit the green shell. So again, set up, tack, 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 up toss, perform double tongue. I missed it. See, it's pretty difficult. This trick is very hard. It's easy to miss. I missed the double tongue again. Got double tongue. So the next step, what you want to do is to press up and roll your thumb toward the right. So the tongue goes over the red guy. So the second tongue, because double tongue means that you get two tongues. The first tongue will hit the green shell. The second tongue you want it to the blue shell. So you roll your thumb from up to right. So the tongue goes above the red shell and it's gonna look for the blue guy. You want to go hit the blue guy. Okay? I think it's good if I put save state now. Up! I didn't roll it properly. And up, I roll it. So double tongue, roll from up to right. Up. Up. And while you hit the blue guy, with the second tongue, you want to take damage on the red guy. Okay? So hop, roll your thumb, take damage. Hop, roll your thumb, take damage. Okay. So now, the final, now we're entering the final step of the trick. The final step of the trick is when I take damage, I like pressing B, sorry. So I take a bit more time to get back on Yoshi and I'm gonna shoot a fireball. I'm gonna shoot a fireball trying to kill this yellow guy with the fire, and I'm gonna try to stomp on the blue guy too. So, back, up, and up, there we go. So the fire killed the yellow guy, stomp on the blue guy. Again, back, roll your thumb, back, shoot a fire, get a yellow guy. Back, up, and then stomp on it. If you really don't like the shooting the fire, which is pretty advanced actually, even among the good players, we're starting to think about like adding a step in something that is very hard already. So we have this stuff. So if you don't want to shoot that, if you don't want to shoot the fireball, just kill this guy and kill this guy. Okay? But there is a reason why I like shooting the fireball. I'm gonna explain it after I explain the end of the trick. Okay, up. So how do you position yourself now? You have killed the yellow guy and the blue guy. We're gonna cover what can go wrong after. You shoot the yellow and you stomp the blue guy. You want to put yourself in the right position, which is around this spot here. Attack quickly around this spot here. Split the... that's too far right. So if you go too far right, you'll get soft locked. Alright, I use the triangle in the background. You want to be inside, and then you split the guy. Okay? So attack. Okay, up. Triangle in the background. This position is actually very linear. So up, this position. So if the wing disappears, usually it means that you passed the point. You're too far left. And if I try to do the stuff, it's not gonna spawn the boss. So I think the wiki has a good visual cue in the boss kill article. So you have to look for the boss kill article in the wiki. And they explain well what kind of cue you can use. Some people use what's on the ground, but I'm not a big fan of it. So what I use is this triangle in the background. Like this. Okay, and it's around this position that I use. Up, up. And what you want to do is scroll the screen, left, and split the shell. So you want to press down. So what I do is tack, tack, scroll, down left, down X, and then you start shooting fireballs. And then you kill the guy. the invisible boss. That's why it's called the boss kill, because we're killing an invisible boss here. So you have to get used to this trick. It's a lot of practice. Scroll, attack, and then you're done. So common, like, there is like pretty common thing that can happen is you take damage because you're a bit greedy here, trying to kill it. If you already shoot to fireball to the guy, you can stomp on him and then the level will still end. If you somehow didn't shoot enough fireballs to this guy, like at least 2, then you lost. So here I shoot only 1. So if I stomp him, the level will not end. So you have to like just go. The boss didn't die. So I think it's 12 fireballs. I think it's 12. I think we can count right now actually. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 12 fireball. So you need either 12 fireball or like 2 fireballs and a stomp. But 12 fireball is faster. So don't be too greedy, don't get too close to the boss. Don't go to the right or else you will softlock, by the way. So if you're too much to the right, when you speed the boss, you softlock. And if like you didn't kill the boss and you go to the right, you softlock again too. So be very careful with that. Oh, that's a softlock, to right, to farther right. So get your good position, use a good visual cue, either that the one you find on the wiki or the one I explained. Then speed the boss and kill it. Okay. So now I'm gonna explain why I like the fireball, why shooting the yellow guy with fireball, because it's actually important. Maybe I should perform the trick completely once, so you guys see everything going up from start to finish. There you go, 79 is very good. So that's what it looks like when you do everything properly. Now I'm gonna explain what can go wrong in this trick, and there's a lot. So first thing that can like change the way you handle this trick is the direction the Koopa go. So if the Koopa goes right, if the Koopa goes left, if the Koopa goes right, then it's over. If the Koopas go left, you can perform it the way I just showed. If you kill the Koopa though, if you kill the Koopa, so here I didn't kill it, so it's really easy. But basically this red guy, if this red guy despawn, which can happen if you kill the Koopa because he can walk off screen, if you're too slow to go back in the boss kill position, the boss kill will not work. Or at least it never worked for me that way. So it probably has to do with price slots. So maybe I should try to despawn the red guy so you guys see why, so you guys see how it doesn't work. And the way to fix that is to actually respawn the red guy if he's not on screen. So basically if you want to perform the trick, I think like you want to see the red guy when you speed the boss, or at least it needs to be spawning. From my experience at least. So okay, so here is not here, and the trick didn't work, you see? So basically in any situation you want to see the red guy. If you somehow lost the red guy, and it can happen fairly easily if you kill the green Koopa. What you do is you go back around this berry and respawn the red guy. Put yourself in boss kill position and then you can kill the boss again. Okay? So you lose time of course, but you can perform the trick. I think you lose 5 seconds. But that's a backup. Yeah, be careful. Just be careful. Be fast enough. If you're fast enough, you should not have problems with that. So tag, 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 shoot the guy, up, up, boss kill position, tag, spit, boss, kill the boss. There we go, and we're done. 79, we're happy. We get the 235 IL IW split. If you see a 235 on the clock, it depends on when you split in Star Wars, but if I see a 235 on the clock, this is amazing. Okay, so I think that's all I wanted to cover for Groovy Boss Kill. This is a very hard trick. You can see that it's linked to RNG and awesome if you want to do the fastest way, the fast way. And yeah, this is rough. Okay, especially stuff. There is a lot to do. It's depressing sometimes. You can spend entire stream not getting out of special on a good pace at high level. And yeah, gotta work hard. Gotta work hard to get good. This is like special basically. Alright, so we can finally move on to 3 levels that are platforming levels. Mondo. Mondo is a tight level, one of the most annoying levels. So here the movements are, I'm gonna do it once, the way I do it, so you guys can see it first, and then I'll explain it. Tac tac. Hit this guy, start flying, up, and there we go. And get to the pipe. So now we should talk less. I think it's gonna be faster. I don't think I have much more to cover on those 3 levels beside the way to do them. So let's break it down. So this is the very aggressive way to do it. The way I do it. So one jump, hit this fish, delay a bit here, bob this guy, delay a bit here. If you don't do the delays I just explained, the hammer will hit you. So either the first hammer or this one. So you have spots where you want to do small delays. So jump, like hit this fish, like hit this fish, small delay, like bob the guy, small delay, and then you go. I messed up, but yeah, that's the idea. Like delay, hit the guy, delay, up, and then you go. So that's the introduction. And that works every time. If you're patient. It's easy to be greedy, being like, I want to go, and then you get hit by the hammer. And then the fastest strat is not available anymore if you do that. So, okay, tag, hit, delay. You see, I didn't delay enough. Got greedy, and I got finished. Delay, tag. And okay, so now here, tag, hit the block, hop, and this part. So in this part, you want to jump, like around here. Like here, up. I think that's the height I want. And when I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna go hit one fish, hit the second one, and jump on the hammer wall. This is very difficult. Tac. I messed up. I have to press up, of course. Tac, and jump off the hammer wall, like that. So here you have to look at my input display. It's actually very hard to explain. It's a very specific timing to get down, but you can do it. If you go too late, the guy will shoot a hammer and will damage you. If you go too early, you'll take damage too. So it's really specific timing. You have to be, you have to delay enough, but you have to not be too slow. And then you can proceed. This is the fastest way to perform this level. I call that the hammer bro skip. Because the natural strat for this level was to do something like this. Bob the hammer guy, and then just go. And then after you do that, you try to build P-speed like this. Up! I did it. I still have it in me. So this is the most common strat, which is much easier. But it loses like, what, 3 seconds I think? Tag, small, 2 swims, tag, bob the guy. Grey platform, tag, hop, and hop. And you have P-speed. Okay? But the fastest way is tag, hop, what, duck, and go. You see? Too late. There you go. And you bob the hammer ball. It's just a feeling to get. So here up, and then you get P-speed. Okay? You can somehow, if you take damage during the hammer bro skip, if you're not too bad at getting back on Yoshi, and you somehow kill the bro in the process, you can also back it up with the easier strat I just showed earlier. It's possible. If really nothing goes right and then you want to go home and cry and because Mondo is too difficult, I don't blame you. Just take it easy. Go here. Let the tide go up, nobody cares. Don't get P-speed, just... That's like the default strategy here. No P-speed. Okay. So I'm gonna redo the armor bro skip. We're gonna cover the end of the level now. After you do that, it's probably like... It's the hard part of the level. When you are here, whenever it's from the armor bro skip or the easy strat, or even if you don't have P-speed, if you don't have P-speed, you can regain P-speed on those blocks here, for example. So in any situation, you will be able to have P-speed in this spot here. Okay, so what I usually do is fly off screen, and when the armor bro here encounter the coin here, I split the shot. Hop. Ah, that was too late. You have to be careful. Now, you get into the pipe. If you don't like this strat, you can on the edge of the platform like fly twice and you get to the pipe. So tack, tack, and then you get to the pipe. It works too, so it's up to you. It's very laggy level, so just don't be surprised if it sucks. This level kinda sucks. It's fine. Tack, tack, and you get to the pipe, or flying off screen. Spit, get the pipe. Okay. That's all for Mondo. I'm not gonna cover more. I don't think there is much more to say about this level. Again, practice, practice, practice. This is a level that needs a lot of practice, especially the armor bro skip. The standard strat is much easier, but the standard strat is timer is a bit tight. If you're too slow in the early part of the level, you will end up not being able to get P-speed with the standard strat. With the fast strat, the movement in the early is more lenient, but the armor bro skip is obviously an harder jump. I go for armor bro skip every run, because like this is a juicy time save. Look at this gold time save. This practice ROM is pretty old, and the pink time is a I-48, and I can get the I-44, so that's a juicy time save. Alright. So we can continue to SP8. SP7? SP7. Where do I start with SP7? SP7 is... SP7 is this mess of a level. This is notorious. This is... I don't think anybody... this is like a nightmare. Pretty sure this is how anybody remember this level. So I'm just gonna perform it. Try to not die. You lose run to SP8 still, right? To SP7, like outrageous, even at high level. So don't be sad if you do. There you go. Sub 40 IL, casually. And yeah, this is a tough level. So, alright, let's break it down. This is the advanced level, so I'm not only gonna cover the aggressive, the fast run. So jump off this guy, hit the spring. So my cue to hit the spring is the question mark block, like hop. So when I'm at the level of the question mark block is where I need to press Y. So tag, question mark block, hit Y, jump. 2 jumps, small jump, tack. You can bonk this pipe, it's fine. And full jump there to reach, speed the spring and get there. Okay, so this is just full movements here you have to learn. It's just learning the jumps here. After you hit the spring, after you have a cue for the spring, it's just you learning the jumps. Tack, 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 tack. Okay, and we are here. So that's the first part of the level. I think it's 30%. The first part of the level. You have another way to do the first part of the level. Is to actually ignore the spring. Wait. You can ignore the spring. Ooh. It's a tiny bit faster what I'm gonna do here, but it's a bit harder. Up, you dismount Yoshi and then you move on to the second part of the level. Okay, I'm still doing the spring strat because I find it comfy. And the spring strat is great if you lose like... if you mess up, you lose P-Speed here, then you can try to like survive. And if you... The dismount strat is not really compatible with not having the spring. If you don't have the... If you mess up the dismount strat without the spring, then it's really hard to back up. So... I want to say grab the spring anyway. Okay. There is a way to put the spring strat compatible with the dismount strat, but it's kind of annoying to do. One of my friends does that, and it's pretty... It's cool when he does, but I hate it. So you can like spit the spring at the right time. This is how he does it. So just spit the spring, and then dismount Yoshi. But usually what... So something like that, and then dismount. So that's like... Doing that is a tiny bit faster than going for the spring, but when I say tiny bit faster, it's really tiny. It's like you gain alpha tile doing the dismount. The spring is much more comfy, so that's why I usually tell people to do that. There is another backup. If you really like, keep P-Speed and then don't be scared to do this jump here. But this one is kind of outdated, but I'm still gonna show it. You can preserve P-Speed here and spawn the cannonballs there like that. And you can move on to the next part of the level. Again. Okay. So, oops, I left the level. Let's go again. Let's go from the start again. So we can move on to... I'm gonna put the save state at the right spot. So tack, tack, tack. I'm gonna do the normal spring strat. If you want to do dismount, do dismount. If you want to do the hybrid strat, do the hybrid strat. There you go. Tack, tack. Other part of the level. So when you're here, you want to all jump a bit. So what I do is I tap B to make sure I don't like bob this guy. Because I want to preserve, I want to build P-Speed properly, and I want to hit this Wiggler without taking damage. Wiggler are really jank in this game. You can actually take damage like that. I was on Yoshi, I took damage. So you gotta be careful when you hit the Wigglers and when you enter, like when you are inside the Wigglers. Because you can actually die on Yoshi. So tap B. Hop. And this is why tap B, hit this guy, jump, dismount. Jump, dismount, go through the hammers. You're not gonna take damage here if you do it properly. Hop. Jump off this fireball, spin jump, tack. Okay. So jump, tack, spin jump on the fireball, spin jump. Okay. So here. Okay. So spin jump, and there we go. So here you have two ways of doing that. So my way of doing it, you have three ways. My way of doing it is doing a regrab on the edge of this platform here. So I'm doing a spin regrab here, like that, and jump. And that, usually if you do it properly, you're gonna land on the platform, take damage, and you can proceed with the rest of the level. So tack, hop. So here I got like the armor bop, which means that I went too early. There we go. So this is how I do it. Regrab off, tack, jump, get on the platform, move on. The other way is to actually try to look at the background for a visual cue for the same kind of jump. So right there. So look at the background, try to find the cue that you like. For me it's around there. Which actually when I do this strat is where I land. That's why I do the regrab strat. I land more or less on the right cue, right spot. Alright. This jump is probably the hardest jump in this level. This is the fastest way to deal with this level, I think, but this is the hardest jump in the level. So there is another way, which is like just crawling twice, and then... Wait, what? You scroll twice, and then you jump on the head of the armor ball, but... Like one of my friends was doing that. Oh, you can scroll once, okay. It's only once. So scroll once, jump off the edge like that, and then move on with the rest of the level. That's what he was doing. But I hate wasting a scroll, because it takes time to scroll. So I just learned the fast strat, which obviously is harder, so... The end of the level. After you perform this strat. Like, one... So you want a big jump, you abuse the iframes here, to just like jump through everything. You see I jumped through a fireball here, because I still have iframes. So if one day you mess up this strat, after the backup P-speed on the gray platform, and you end up trying to do the same thing, you will die. You need the iframe there, it's very important. You need the iframes. So attack. 2 big jumps, 1 spin jump on the cannon, spin jump on the wiggler, re-grab, and then end the level. So I'm gonna put a save state, so I can explain the last part of the level. So big jump, spin jump, wait, I'm gonna try to, big jump, small spin jump, attack, spin jump cannon, and spin jump wiggler, okay, spin jump cannon, spin jump wiggler, spin jump cannon, spin jump wiggler, and then off the wiggler you want to do a tiny re-grab, hop, on the last cannon and do a jump. So that is the fastest way to deal with this ending. If you don't like it, because this is very difficult, you can lose like what, 0.1 and just do like a turn back like that. Like you have a lot of people who do that. If you do a turn back, like whatever it is, you can do it here. I think as long as the armor boy spawn, it's fine. There you go, and then you can do it. Okay. Lose a bit of time, but I do like my re-grab strat. Okay. So now we're gonna cover the backups for this. I think we already covered the backups for the first half of the level. For the first like part of the level. But there is a jump that you can easily miss. And we're gonna see what you can do. So, tack, tack. Here if you lose P-speed, for example, or you messed up a jump, it can happen, or that happens. What you do is, man. Let me mess up again. What's a good place to mess up? This, like this. You take damage of this cannonball, so get there. Let me try to take damage, to mess up on purpose. It's actually not convenient to put safe state in this level. So you jump too early. So that's a common mistake. A common mistake here is to actually jump too early. Like hop. Like here you need to jump a bit later to avoid this cannonball. Hop. So what happens is you take damage and you end up in this pit. There you go. So what you do is you quick go there, attack, spawn, grab the coin, and then put you here. Safe position. Never stay between cannonballs in this level. This is a mess. Between cannonballs you can have wigglers, you can have fires, they leave fire on the ground, you can take damage, you lose Yoshi, you cry, you want to go home. That you do not stay between two cannons on the ground in this level. This is a mess. Safe spots are on the cannons. So okay, I messed up, I'm afraid. Attack. Collect the coin. On the cannon, jump here. I'm safe. Jump there. You can make that jump actually. I'm gonna try to make it. Hop, jump there. Attack, and throw spring, and then up. You're already in position to perform the rest of the loop. So, hop. And you see I lost P-speed, I'm afraid, but at the same time I still have my spring. Which means that with enough momentum, I can like do those jumps. There you go, speed the spring, and then I'm in position to perform the rest of the level again. Okay, so that's the first way to mess up. I think you can just go down here too and then go like that, but I just hate ending up between in pits with wigglers and stuff. So I usually choose to go on top. Alright. So other ways to mess up. This jump you cannot mess up. Okay, this is second way to mess up, is to mess this very hard jump. So classic way to mess up is just like jumping too late. You jump too late, so you want to kill this guy, build P-speed again, and then you put yourself in a position. So let me mess up. Jump too late. Oh no, I jumped too late. Tack, kill this guy. Hop, hop. In position to attack the rest of the level with P-Speed. But careful. You do not have iframes, and I mentioned those iframes were important in the last part of the level. So you have to be extremely careful when you perform this backup to not just like blindly do the same movements and die. So, hop, hop, hop. And then this is like where you have to be a gamer pretty much to try to back it up. But I trust every one of you. You are all gamers. You can succeed. You can achieve good performances and good gameplay. So that's like a way to back it up. Maybe you can be smarter with this backup, and that's homework for you guys. That's usually how I deal with it though. I try to like avoid. Oh, that works. Oh, that's great actually. So you can go from like this pipe to this pipe. Oh, it actually works. It's easier than what I do. So blue pipe to blue, so pipe to pipe. So you see backup on the fly. Pipe to pipe. And then you can handle the rest of the level. If you're afraid of P-Speed strategies, but you can just like, so get to blue pipe. That's something. That's a backup I know. So we just discovered a backup on the fly. That was great. So the backup I know was something that you get on the pipe and then you all jump all the way, up, tack, and you're in position to get to the end of the level. So why it's important to all jump is because sometimes you just do that and die. This is a common mistake when you don't have P-Speed there. It to forget to all jump here. So all jump, tack, be in position, you put yourself in position, and then tack. Kill this guy, take your time, and then go. This is a very safe way to take the ending if you don't have the fast strat, or if you're really afraid to try to back up the P-Speed. Oh, sorry, I hit the mic. And you can handle the end game, like the end, not the end part of this level with no P-Speed, like I just did. You can take it really slowly. This is a very scary level. Dying in this level is a big mistake, is a big problem. Since like if you go for this fast strat, you start with fire and blue Yoshi if you go for boss kill, big blue Yoshi if you don't go for boss kill. But in any case, you end up small. So if you die, of course you lose everything. And you can do two things: learn the small only of Outrageous as a backup, which is very difficult, or just go back in Groovy, get a Yoshi, and get the power up too to just perform the level again. It's probably what I would do. And then at the roulette block, you have a mushroom and a fire. Okay. So very difficult level again. Practice. And honestly, after all the tricks we just like talk about, dying to SP7 is really lame. So you want to be very consistent in this level. It happens, but it's lame. And it happened to me quite a bit. That I think today, it's not today, but yesterday I died it. Anyway, it's a hard level, but you gotta practice a lot. It's really heartbreaking to kill a run to like 2 levels to the end of special. Especially if you have a good pace. So I think I covered everything I wanted to in Outrageous. And we can move on to the last level, Funky. And we are lucky. This level is actually one of the easiest in Special World. It's still tricky. It's still difficult, but it's one of the easiest. It's on the easier side. So here is just learning movements. There is nothing really crazy going on. I think you just have to learn what to do. So I'm gonna do it once, explain my cues after. Grab this guy, throw it, gain P-Speed, keep P-Speed. Alright, grab one blue block here, up. This blue block will be useful to kill this Whistling Chuck. If you let this guy whistle, he will summon Flying Koopas and you don't want that. Jump, small spin, re-grab, attack. Grab blue block, jump high enough, kill this guy. We are super players, you are super player. Oh, it's a practice ROM, so a super player. And hopla, that's the end of the level. Okay, this is not very difficult. This is like, it's on the easier side compared to what we just described. Like GBK is like the hardest thing you have to do in this run, in this split, and Funky is probably on the easy side if you go for all the strat. Let's break it down. I'm just gonna describe, like, share my cues. Okay, my first cue is the end of this bush, and I aim for this second guy. Up. So it's pretty easy. Second cue is this green berry. Jump on the yellow guy. So those jumps are like really, those are control jumps, so you have to be very careful. You have to get the feel and do control jumps, like up. Okay. Common mistake here is to do a jump that is too short, and you end up getting a corner clip here or not reaching. Other common mistake is to just jump too late and jump on this guy and die. So it's a bit tricky, but you can get used to it. Hop. Okay. Second part is you grab this blue shell and you want to jump here and throw the shell. Jump here and throw the shell. So let me put save state. Like, oh, the corner clip and I died. You see? Okay, up. Grab blue shell, go shoot, and then we proceed. If you're really scared of that jump because it's a very tight jump here, you can take your time and then build P-speed like that. It's slower, but it's safer. But what I do is very aggressive, it's just tac, we go. You can, if you're really good, build P-speed like that. It's very difficult. And it requires it requires a really tight jump on this blue Koopa. So I usually don't go for it because it's scary. If you undershoot that jump, you die. It's easy to die. So take your time with this jump. Go. Oh, I got P-speed. Great. And then move on. Okay, up. One thing is if you lose P-speed somehow and you try to do the same strat, this guy will not fall off the edge. So if you somehow lose P-speed, never forget to bop him to the left. And then you can proceed. You can continue the... Okay, up. So here you want to preserve P-speed, so jump over the shell and then try to jump as late as possible here. So you can preserve P-speed. There you go. If you go too early, then you run off and you have to rebuild it down here. So you lose a few frames, but it's fine. Jump over this guy, jump over this guy. So YB. Okay. So now you want to grab blue block to kill the whistling chuck. So like I want to grab like the second one here, starting from the left. So you do that, hop, tack. So what I do is just YB. I'm claw gripping and then it's YB. Hop, tack, tack, YB. Common mistake is a grab too late. Like it's grab too late and you grab like third block and you get a corner clip, you lose speed and you die, like it happened to me. So be very careful at this point. Oh, there you go. So I bop this guy just for fun. Here, careful. This guy is here, so you want to jump as early as possible. Tac, tac. You don't want to stay too long on this platform, you lose the block. If you lose the block here, there is nothing really close to actually kill the whistling chuck. And if you do that, it will start whistling, and you have to deal with SP8, with flying Koopas. And you can go home when that happens. I think it's better to go home and stop playing this game. Alright, so early enough, kill the whistling chuck because it's a really annoying enemy. Bop, bop. Close to this Goomba, you want to do a full jump. Let me put a safe state. So, tack, jump on him, tack. Just after the green berry and rather close to the Goomba, you want to do a full jump. You reach this platform. A small spin jump and then a re-grab. The chunk, you will bait the chuck, and you can run under him. So tack up, it jumps. You can jump. You can jump under. It's very consistent. Just be careful that if you jump too low, you die. Okay. if you jump too early after the regrab, you can hit the ass of the shark, and like you walk a bit under him before jumping. Don't jump too early. So it's like that, walk under and then jump, and then you're safe. Okay. If you don't like jumping under the check, you can just bop him. You lose time, but there you go. Even bopping into the right lose a few frames, but of course bopping into the left like that, you lose more. But if you're really uncomfortable with the under check, you can try to jump as late as possible of this platform to try to bop into the left, to the right. Okay. But under check is very easy. You can get used to it. Last part, I've seen a lot of people struggling with this part, but it's actually very easy when you know what to do. Medium jump, so you do like medium jump re-grab and the guy will jump. There's nothing to do. If you jump too low, oh, it's actually very lenient. Yeah, if you jump too low, he's not gonna jump, but up, jump, you kill him. Kill him. You have multiple ways to do it. What I do is a small tap re-grab up. And then the guy dies. And then you are a super player. If you like challenge, you can try to collect the dragon coin fast. I think I had a way to do it, but I forgot about it. I actually forgot to collect this coin. Whatever. It's maybe gonna be for the Lunar Dragon No Cape tutorial, who knows if I ever do one. Probably not, honestly. This 95 tutorial is already a lot of work, and I'm not even close to be done right now, so... one last tip, just for the fans that likes to show off a bit. You can drop this block and kill the track. After you do the tap re-grab here, you can kill this instead of like clashing the block into the track. You can just drop the block to kill the track, and so you can keep the block for this last part. And if you want to show off, you can jump, release everything, regain speed, and then spin on this block. You lose time, but it looks cool. Fun fact, you need 46 speed to... If you have 46 speed, like that, 47, 48, 46, you can just release your controller and wait until Mario reaches the goal post. You lose time though, so please do not do that. Just like kill the truck with the block and then just run to the end of the level. Alright, after working very hard through Special World, you got 76 Quad Duke Gnarly, Insta Tubular, Fast Way Cool. You got Way Cool the fastest way. You got Way Cool not the fastest way, but the normal way, but you didn't make mistake. You got the Double Flower, Perform GBK, Fast Mondo, Hammer Bros Skip, Outrageous, Funky, you're out of special. Congrats, you have a 5 minutes and 2x, like my gold is a 27. Special World time. You're an Happy Man. And then you unlock the Special World effect. Out of Special World, after beating Funky. And in the next video we will cover the Donut Plains. It's gonna be more like... It's gonna be calm. I'm gonna chill a bit more when I'm gonna explain the next split, because it's like kind of a boring split too. But it's nice to chill after special, so it's a boring split, but it's welcome in this category, because special is really rough. So, alright gamers, I talked a lot for 2 hours. I'm really tired right now, and I did this video just after the Star Wars tutorial, so I hope it was clear. I hope there is useful information inside, and I didn't say too many mistakes. And there we go. Thank you guys for watching. I'm just gonna rest now for the rest of the day because I'm really tired now. And see you next time for the Donut Plains video. Goodbye.